People who are able to forgive themselves for things, to recognize how their actions probably hurt people, but then to also take a look that they themselves are not responsible for the woes they may have created somebody, and that they did not ruin their life by whatever it is that you perceived as hurtful that you now feel badly about. Forgive yourself and recognize that as time goes by, the more you can let go of things that weigh you down, the lighter you become. But you don't become so light that you're discompassionate, that you can actually recall an event that you maybe did something not so happy, not so good, not so wonderful, not so cool, not the best way of doing it to somebody. Just recognize, yeah, you're a spiritual human being. But back then you weren't acting like one. Or now that you're looking in hindsight, you got 20/20 vision. So now I have got 20/20 vision. We all do. And we're heading into the Chinese New Year in February 12th, which is going to be the year of the ox, which is strength. And the ox requires you really, really, really getting down to the marathon race of your life. You know, I think curriculum or school curriculum has something to do with that etymology. So school started and the school bell began, but in a spiritual warrior sense. If you're listening to this and you've gotten this far, you kind of get it. For you to recognize that people aren't all going to get it, nor do you want them to, especially if you take a look at what you went through when you first discovered that the planet is inhabited by nefarious entities. And when you discovered that, what you felt. And of course, you went looking for all kinds of information about why. Well, the best thing to do is turn to nature, because mankind is infiltrated by a parasite of thought. It's hijacked emotions. It's hijacked the human tendency to be sympathetic. So it's playing on sympathies. And people, after years of fluoride in the water, don't have necessarily the ability to see clearly or to make thought processes that go beyond a certain sequence. Do your research on fluoride and how it affects the neurons and the transmittance of a thought and sequencing in the brain or whatever. We are in a time where it is time for you to actually listen to this. You gotta power up. You gotta step up to the plate of your life, and without outside definition, without, oh, I'm not successful if I don't have X amount of dollars in the bank. Are you alive? Check. Are you a curious truth seeker? Check. Is your intention to create more love on this planet and beauty? Check. Would you like to see people become more themselves and be able to succeed in being themselves and being human and being trying to adjust and being the fullness of themselves, their potentiality? Yes. And do they, though, I'm not really this color, but we have really funny lighting, so somehow I've turned gleamy and golden, but I'm not that color, really. I'm a white chick. I don't have a suntan either. So, yeah, we're having some interesting light, and I'm watching the sun as it's doing its thing. I pay attention to where it is in the sky. I pay attention to what color it is. And sun gazing you do for power. And you can do it through eyelashes, but you never look directly in the sun. I don't think I brought that up, but we'll talk about right now this. I'm going to read it to you. And the sun just popped out. Life is the initiation. Okay, people, it's not going to get better like that. Life is the initiation, and you are the initiate. And you can self-initiate yourself. Because now that you're the second coming, if you look at yourself as the Christos, which is golden, then you actually will begin operating from the heart and not the head. So you switch. This, by the way, is good for your thymus. It helps deliver antibodies. I'm not a doctor. This is not medical advice. It's my belief. But I don't know for certain. But I feel better doing it. And think about Bobby McFerrin. Don't worry, be happy. Well, he could be don't worry, be happy all the way to the bank. But for people who are worried about money and stuff, just start growing your own food. Look up sprouts and wheatgrass and go from there. And find a local butcher. And if you don't eat meat, do chickens. And if you can't do them in an apartment, find out how you can get eggs. The lively kind. The kind that actually have life in them still, you know. So, if you have pulled the hawk card, or if you've seen a hawk in nature, if you're going out into the woods and you see a hawk, that's the hawk calling to you. Then right now, a clue about the magic of life is being brought to you. This magic can imbue you with the power to overcome a currently stressful or difficult situation. 2021, this is more of what was going on, but now it's not surprising. However, the hawk is going to imbue you if you allow it. If you think about the hawk, he flies far and he sees far in the distance. If you look in the distance, this thing's going to end. It's not going to last forever. Who could possibly keep up the pantomime this long? Think about it. Every lifetime has something difficult to live in, and you were not a World War II widow. Think about all those women with no men. Think about all the women without men. That's sad. That's sad. All right, so use the hawk messenger magic to help you with this situation that we're going through in 2021. The test is your ability to observe the nuances of power lurking nearby. Is power the talent you have that you're not using? So what is the power in your life? Are solutions always hard to find because you've lost the broader vision of hawk? Or perhaps you're looking for solutions outside of yourself, but that's okay because that's how you find people like me. Good. Or is the Great Spirit displaying a gift that you need only to receive? Like if you like to paint, if you like to draw. Who cares if you make money at it or not? Do something. If it's called to you. Have the colors of the morning inspired you to create? Or has the gloominess of a present situation left you earthbound, unable to hear the voice within the raindrops splashing on your window? The Spirit's always calling. That little voice is always there. Tune into this. Because that little voice doesn't stem from here. You can line up this in your belly, but that's a different lesson. What is called for here is an intuitive ability to discern the message carried within the cry of hawk. The shrillness of hawk's call pierces the state of unawareness and asks you to seek the truth. The ancients recognized this magnificent bird of prey as a messenger bringing tidings to their earthwalk. The good red road, that's what the earthwalk is called in this book, from the world of the grandfathers and grandmothers who lived before them. If hawk were to magically cry, it was a sign to be aware or beware. This could mark the coming of a warring tribe, the birth of a child, or the celebration of counting coup. Hawk's cry signaled the need for the beholder to heighten awareness and receive a message. So if you're meditating, this comes with cards, and you shuffle the cards and you draw the card, you can then meditate on those things. Hawk medicine is a totem that is filled with responsibility because hawk people see the overall view. That's me. I have a responsibility to let the eagles fly, which means to share what I know. Hawk is not like mouse, who sees everything through a magnifying glass. Hawk medicine people are aware of omens, messages from the spirit, and the color of the calling card you gave them 3 months ago. No detail slips by them unnoticed because everything has meaning. If hawk is circled and landed in your card spread, you are to be aware of the signals in your life. So notice and receive them. Hawk may be teaching you to grab an opportunity which is coming your way. On the other hand, hawk may be bringing you the message that you should circle over your life and examine it from a higher perspective. From this vantage point, you may be able to discern the hazards which bar you from freedom of flight. Remember, hawk has a keen eye and a bold heart. For hawk flies close to the light of grandfather sun. I'll leave you with that.